Alright, we're back. We're playing some more Ghostface. And still under the weather, but we're still trying to make some content for you guys. We're running the usual build because it is the most consistent build. It's probably the best build, honestly. For me personally, I've tried other builds. But honestly, this is just the best one, especially with a map like this. Especially with the game being the game, you have 1,000 pallets to deal with, so it's best to just try to get rid of them. We're getting our early stalking in, and we can easily get our knockdown right off the bat because they're not paying attention, and then Jolt will continue to activate. We get our free pickup here. Honestly, great start for me. This is exactly how you want to start everything. It's a great start. So there's like basically no gens are getting done. We already got our first hook within like the first less than a minute of the match starting. And all we have to pretty much do now is just defend the area because this is the gen that they started, so it is regressing. They would have to start a completely new generator. And we just have to see where they kind of close in from. Now, we don't have any more info. We don't really know where anybody else is, so we just kind of have to stay within this area. They are coming in for this save here, so we can try to get a little bit of stalking. It's just not letting me for whatever reason. We do somehow not get the hit, which is, of course, classic DVD not making remotely any sense. I don't know why he's taking body blocks. She's going to die regardless. I don't know why they want to keep thinking it's going to work out in their favor. It's really not. So we're going to try to follow through. She's forced to take that back corner route. That's what we want. And then she pretty much crosses right in front of me. There is a pallet most likely in this area because there always is. Yeah, this is the game we're talking about. Tries to vacuum into it. I already knew that was coming. They always want to run backwards into pallets. And we already know that we can just take advantage of that and get our Spirit Fury charged. We're going to activate our Night Shroud away from her so she doesn't know our line of sight and we can come up behind her. She does have a strong pallet here. We can actually try to see if they can push through and actually drop it on my head. Doesn't seem like she wants to do that, but we're going to try to go that direction. She's going to, of course, pre-drop because, of course, low skill survivors is just going to keep doing that instead of trying to loop. Thankfully, she's right next to a hook and she has pretty much nowhere to go. No matter where she runs to, she's not getting anywhere, but they always want to keep fighting. The game actively wants to lie. That's fine. It only buys her a few seconds. It could have been made for this, honestly, because sometimes certain lunges that should have connected, it's usually probably made for this. It can just be muscle memory. But they do get one gen done. They were probably stacked on it, meaning that they weren't healing the Ace. So I can activate the Shroud and probably go find Ace, knock him down and get some Jolt value. We do have our Spirit Fury charged, and we just knocked out about 2 to 3 pallets very quickly. And that's exactly what we want to go for. With a build like this, it's probably one of the best ones to get rid of a lot of your obstacles when it comes to maps like these. You can try to get our stalking in. The lean is just not wanting to work. I don't know why it likes doing that, but they never healed Ace. They can pretend they're running away, but Ace is still not going to get anywhere. He's literally in a complete dead zone thanks to his teammate. There is a God pallet right there, so we're going to try to see if we can push through to get through it. Try to lunge to try to bait the stun so he can actually pull me into the actual attack. The actual pallet, so I can actually get the attack in. We do get the hook there. They do unhook and heal immediately. They already know they're on second state, so we're just going to try to fly back up the stairs. They somehow reveal, for whatever reason, we're just going to go ahead and kick our generator here. As you can see, there's multiple gens just kind of flying at very, very quick speeds. They're very efficient, but they are going in for the save, so we can try to go ahead and get our free knockdown here. We can try to focus in on Ace again. He won't be able to hold on to endurance unless he actively has off the record, so they're busy fighting for their lives. Of course, running backwards into the pallet as they always do. We're going to go ahead and hit her. It doesn't really matter how many body blocks they think they're taking. It's only going to make it easier for me in the long run. Because then we can activate Jolt at any point. We're going to moonwalk there even though they can see us through the wall. We do want to try to bait them to see if we can try to get the pallet out. But because they can see through the shelf, and this is why this loop is just really bad, you just have to get rid of it. Rid of the pallet because you can't really mind game it if they quite literally just see you at all times. But we do have another free pallet we can get rid of, and that's the problem with the game, honestly. It's just due to the fact you have just a lot of pallets you have to push out of the way. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. There's another pallet right there, right next to this one. So we're just doing our best here. Because mind you, they're not really playing that well, but it's because of the number of pallets. It's a lot of short stops and having to wait and run and keep going. So it does waste a lot of extra time just because of the map. Of course, they're once again rushing the gens as hard as they can instead of healing each other. So, of course, he has dead hard. I mean, why wouldn't he, right? You know what I'm saying? Every survivor needs 1,000-second chances before they can actually make some kind of escape out of here. We already know this. But because of that, we already wasted enough time as it is. We got to shift our focus to somebody else. We're going to activate our Shroud pretty soon. Or try to get into chase. We have to play fast. We do want to see if we can get some stalking in on Meg here. We do have Spirit Fury. We do need to get her out of the game. There is no pallet here for some reason. But it does seem like she's going to go down. We do end up getting Jolt. We need to see which gen it is. When you have Jolt, you got to see what gen it is. And it's very important that you do that. Now, there is a hook here, and there is no pallet, so we are in another dead zone. And that's just honestly due to the map. This is just what you're going to have to deal with, and this is why I like to run this build pretty much in every match, just because of the fact if I don't, it just seems like pallets are just numerous, and there's not much you can do about it. Now, we are going right back. As you can see, none of them are trying to heal. They're going straight in and just trying to pump the gens as hard as they can. He does try to backwards, into the pallet again, as they always do. I probably made for this because I know I should have made that, but it is what it is. They just keep wasting every pallet, which why wouldn't they? I don't have time to keep chasing him just due to the fact that it's just the way the game is structured. There is another pallet there's 2 pallets just on that one area I just walked past alone. So we're just gonna have to focus in on what we can. So we can go ahead and knock them down, get Jolt value. This one's already running in close range. We know he has dead hard, so we're going to be able to try to bait that if possible. You do know that he loves to go backwards into every single pallet. He's very predictable. So we were able to at least try to force him to do that. He does point to try to get to himself to drop in the pallet, but no one is coming for the saves. I don't entirely know why he did that. So we're just going to take advantage of that and go ahead and put him on the hook right here, and we can slug the other one. We're going to have to run up there because you already know that they're going to instantly pick them up. They are playing very fast. They are knocking out gens at a very rapid rate. We need to hurry and get our knockdowns as fast as possible. Now they're all fully healed, but we know they're going to come for the save, so we need to try to get another free pallet out of it and use our Olsen's wallet to recharge our Shroud. And then we have to dive right into the next chase. We have to hit him immediately so that he does not use Dead Hard again. Because when he does have, Deep Wound, he won't be able to actually have Endurance. So his Dead Hard would pretty much be rendered completely useless. Now, we do have to shift once again back to the gens, because mind you, if I'm in a chase, there's already 3 people on gens automatically. And this is the kind of speed that I have to play at. Unfortunately, against survivors like these, they're not necessarily good at looping. It's just due to the map being the map. It is what it is. There's not much you can do, and I'm trying to get the lean off of here, but for some reason I'm getting revealed behind walls, but they can still just do whatever the fuck they want, due to the fact that there's 1,000 pallets on a map. So we do get the hit there, but we have to just kind of keep it moving. We can't even stay on that person because this gen is still flying. We don't have a lot of options in that sense. They do blow up another gen, but about 2 people are injured, so if we do get a knockdown, we will get Jolt value, but we have to move fast to try to get into another chase as soon as possible. And we do have to break yet another pallet. And just to think, if I didn't have this build, this map probably would have been way more difficult to deal with. Just due to the fact that they have a lot of pallets to work with, they can do a lot. We do moonwalk there, but unfortunately, they just had the angle, could see where the hell I was the entire way, I guess. And mind you, they're not playing that smart. I keep saying this, they're not playing that well. They're not playing optimally whatsoever, but just due to the fact that because of the number of pallets, you're going to have to waste a lot of time breaking every single one. And as you can see, they're just going to keep pumping the gens. They don't even heal themselves. So because of that, beautiful. I'm glad I was able to do that. And that's why I had to tell him no, because I swung extremely early to bait his stupid ass to waste Dead Hard, and I was waiting on that. You know what I'm saying? Even though with the nerf, it's still a very irritating perk at times, because you know for a fact you should have gotten the hit. They are trying to go for body blocks, but having everybody injured only benefits me, especially this close to the hook. He is on death hook, and we're finally getting them where we need them to be. This clown should have never took the body block, because now I closed the gap extremely quickly. They have literally no choice but to go down here. I activate Shroud middle of chase. As you can see, the Night Shroud is an anti-loop. She couldn't see where the hell I was coming from, and that bought me the distance I needed to knock her down without even having to use Spirit Fury, and then we can go ahead and just put them on the hook as well. That's 2 people dead on the hook already. So we're able to at least flip it back to our side just due to the fact that we're trying to play smart, quick, and understand when to leave chase and when not to. This is going to be an educational commentary then. I thought it wasn't, but now we're making it an educational commentary. Once again, apologies for my my voice here. But we are trying to deliver the content irregardless because I want you guys to learn how to play my favorite character. She somehow has endurance still, probably off the record, because it couldn't have been dead hard because there was no animation. So we're just gonna follow through with Meg here. She is the injured one and in deep wound, so regardless, we can't really make much here. There is no pallet, we knock her straight down. And then we can shift our focus because we see scratch marks in the background here. They are gonna try to rotate back around for whatever reason. We're gonna activate the Shroud here. We're gonna try to get some stalking in on the Ada here. Thankfully, I was able to get a lot of stalking in. She has no choice here but to go down. No matter where she goes, no matter if she drops a pallet or not, I still will be able to get the stalking here. And that's exactly what we want to do here. We got her one shot. We have Spirit Fury. She's pretty much in a lose-lose situation. She pretty much will die regardless of the decision she makes. Whatever her stupid ass does, she goes down anyway. Tell her no because they're garbage. They need to know that they're ass. And I'm glad now we were able to deliver that. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you know, like, you learned a bit about how to play this character because he is not, you know, an S-tier killer. He's not a Blight, Nurse, Wesker, you know what I'm saying, Spirit. He's not, you know, gonna be that powerful. But, you know, and because of that, you kind of have to play a little bit, you know, unfairly to try to leverage it to your side due to the fact that obviously you can get maps like these and then, you know, it's gonna be Pallet City. There's not much you can do about it. But with a build like this, you know, this is what I'm prepared for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it really helps just with my build, my playstyle. It just works for me. It may not work for you, maybe. It maybe won't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your playstyle is a little bit different. It is what it is, right? You know, and that's why I was trying to review more builds to see which would work for me. Maybe you can try out the build and see if it worked for you. But this is just what works for me. That's why I never really changed the build. With that being said, hopefully you learned something. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and do all the YouTube things. Hopefully you enjoyed, and you know, stay tuned for the definitive Ghostface guide that it is coming soon. We just need more time, obviously, to, you know, piece everything together. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed and have a good one.